congratulations on the movie.
Thank you.
It was a lot of fun. It was great to see the actors that you got to be cast in this movie. Nia Vardalos is got to be like almost like a force to be reckoned with in terms of comedic power. How does one go about directing Nia Vardalos?
Well, Nia and I met when I was considering putting her in the movie, and we shared a lot of our experiences together as moms. She's a new mom, and I have a 10-year-old and a 13-year-old, and was a single parent for 10 years after my divorce. So that gives you sort of a a first-hand single parenting crash course. So you develop a very big closeness with your children when you're the only parent around. So usually with my kids I say, you see what mommy did? That's a don't ever do that. So they learn from I'm the not, don't do this. So we took some of my irreverent stuff and her new parenting stuff, and when we started talking we were just laughing, and I said, you know what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the script, and when we're on the set we're gonna go through the scene and we're gonna distill what the essence is of what we need to get across, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what dialogue you have to hit, and the rest of it let's improv. And we had a blast doing it. It worked really well. Luckily she had Jason Dolly playing her son, who is such a talented and disciplined actor that he could keep up. We could not ruffle him. We tried like hell to ruffle him and embarrass him, and he was the straight man throughout, and that was great. It was perfect.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like there was a lot of improv involved with the film.
Yes.
Did you give your actors a lot of freedom for that, or did you keep it within like a certain structure?
Yes, some characters, yes. The character of Max, played by Mark Boone Jr. as the sort of deadbeat dad with the heart of gold, I wrote it specifically, and because I'm very close with Boone, I knew what I wanted to get out of him, which was a side that no one's really seen before. Everyone always thinks of him as the gruff biker from Sons of Anarchy, and that's not who he is in my heart or in my eyes at all. So that was more of a specific role without improv. But Nia's character, I mean, we just rolled with it. She's very good at coming up with funny things, and then she would do something and I'd be off screen like, bring it down, or I'd be like, yes, 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 good, bring it up, and so it sort of went that way, and it had a very nice flow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I loved Mark Boone Jr. in this movie because this isn't a kind of role we've seen him before,
right.
And the way his character is written is wonderful because on the surface he looks like a deadbeat dad, but he's anything but that,
exactly.
Really.
And that's what I was trying to do. I mean, the message for me in this movie is about acceptance. Mm-hmm. Family in 2015 is maybe not conventional, but if it comes from a place of love, that's all you can do for your children is, maybe none of us are perfect. And for me it was about acceptance of who you are, and supporting your family in its insanity, however that works, and knowing that you are there for each other in the long run when it counts the most. Which is the other theme, which is that, Jason Dolly is, possibly confused as to sexual preference. Well, I don't see any reason why one has to label themselves. I mean, you should be able to explore who you are at 16, 17, 18. You're not fully formed, and why should other people's opinion of who you are color it? You should be allowed to explore that. And we sort of tried to do that as in a joke, with a lot of heart and with a lot of comedy. Whereas, like, maybe he is gay, maybe he's not. But if he's gay, I'm gonna go with it full force. So, which I didn't even make the theme like just about being gay. It's like if he wanted to be an astronaut, we would help him get to the moon. So that's basically what that's like.
That's another thing I really liked about the film is that it's about labels. We're in a society of finger pointers. Like we label this, we label that, and after a while, it kind of just it gives people sort of too broad a look in terms of,
Right.
you know, not everything can be boiled down, not every person can be boiled down to one sentence.
Correct.
Yeah.
And nor should you be forced to identify who you are or what you are unless you feel it. And I think society is becoming much more tolerant on the one hand. On the other hand, there's a lot more judging going on. I mean, to me, poor parenting isn't about having your kid have purple hair and supporting his rock band. Bad parenting is raising a bully and raising an intolerant, inflexible kid. That's much more scary.
That is a lot more scary, yeah. And some people don't realize that they're doing it right away too. That's
Right.
the thing, yeah. And also, the Point Foundation figures prominently in the end credits and then for the movie. Can you tell us more about them?
Yes, the Point Foundation is a real foundation for gay, lesbian, transgender rights. My producing partner, Stephen Israel, is friends with the director and is very involved with the Points Foundation, and we had their support on this. And there are a lot of resources that gay or questioning teens, I mean, the component that nobody ever talks about in LGBTQ is the Q, which is questioning, which is, am I gay, am I straight, why not be allowed to explore that? And so that's what I wanted to get across in the film. I mean, there's like scholarships for everything. There is scholarships for albinos and blacks and this and that. Why not for questioning kids to be able to go to college and figure out who they are?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. Yeah, I mean, scholarships are everywhere. Yeah. And also, you got to film this in Los Angeles,
Yes.
California, which is great because it's starting to feel like a rarity that movies of any
Right.
kind film out here.
Yeah. On such a small budget, it's very hard to film here. There's so many rules, so many permits, so many. They make it very difficult to shoot here. But we managed to. We kept it, when we could. In our, our locations were very specific, and people helped and donated stuff and locations and places to shoot. And some stuff we got on the fly without permits. We stole shots. I mean, Venice Beach is notoriously hard. But all in all, I think it was great, and it's great to see LA on screen, and not like fancy Beverly Hills Hotel LA, but real people LA.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't get around to Venice Beach a lot, but the way you shot it looks great.
It's fun, yeah.
It's a fun area.
And I think what we did with that opening is we established the character of who she is right away, without even dialogue, because she fits right in to this to the scenery in Venice Beach, whereas her son is like horrified and like, oh my god, and so it perfectly shows you their dynamic, in the first 3 minutes, without even having to say much other than, oh my god, mom, what the hell? And she's like, have a good time, and so he's always the straight guy.
He is always the straight guy, yeah.
Whether straight or gay, he's always the straight guy.
He is, yeah, exactly. Because that's the thing, I mean, I think that's the great thing about Jason's performance is that, he's surrounded by a couple of very powerful comedic actors or dramatic actors, and he's kind of like the balance for both of them, especially for Nia.
Yes.
I think if they were trying to one-up each other, I don't think it would have worked as well.
I agree, and it's wonderful because he is a very stable force in the film, and that's the other message is like, sometimes personality-wise we raise kids that are the opposite of us. My kids are very by the book and uptight, and they go to school, they do get straight A's, they do these things, but not because I force them to. It's because that's who they are.
Right.
And that's kind of fun to watch because, I'm completely supportive and astounded at their discipline in some things where, they haven't had that kind of, like, I don't scream at them about, straight A's and performing. I tell them do the best you can and have fun and learn a lot and be kind. We do the 5 C's at my house, which is, be caring, be compassionate, be creative, and, just keep yourself genuine.
Absolutely. That's great. And how long of a schedule did you have to shoot this movie in?
Oh boy. Well, let's see. We had a little over 2.5 weeks. So it was like close, like let's just say a little under 3 weeks, like 19, 20 days to get everything.
Oh,
It
wow.
wasn't all shot continuously. We took a little bit of a break to set things up. But pretty tough shooting schedule. But again, a lot of fun. We did most of it on Steadicam. I had a great camera cinematographer named Chris Squires, who's an astoundingly great Steadicam guy, and so that helped a lot because I could stage things as one shot and carry it over and just punch in for the coverage. So that helped us move very fast.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's great. Because that seems to be the average these days of, like, 20 to 30 days to make the movie this size.
Yeah, and yes, 30 is a lot. It's a luxury.
It is, yeah. That's the scary part. And then, basically, I mean, we kind of went over this before, but what do you hope people get out of this movie most?
Again, to have fun with your family and to accept who the people are as individuals. Nia, a helicopter mom is annoying, but it's done from a place of love. And if she wasn't hovering, maybe she wasn't caring so much. So yeah, I mean, our message is acceptance and don't label yourself. And for the moms out there, it's okay to let your child go. That's the grace and beauty is to raise a child that no longer needs you. That's the best gift you can give a child, is that you've given them enough confidence in themselves that they go out into the world and don't need you. And that's really cool.